Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're testing a pretty specific claim from the spec sheet of the Kramer AW-8P-W.
Right, the 8-inch passive speaker.
Yeah, a two-way passive speaker. On paper, it looks like standard hardware, but if you really dig into the details from HDTV Supply, Kramer is pitching this as a true indoor-outdoor hybrid.
Which is, well, hybrid is usually a dirty word in audio.
Right. I mean, in my experience, hybrid implies a massive compromise.
Exactly. You either get a speaker that sounds amazing but dies the first time it rains.
Or you get this rugged plastic brick that basically sounds like a megaphone.
Yeah. So the mission today is to see if this thing actually straddles that line. Kramer calls it their anywhere design.
But let's look at the engineering tension there, because to survive outdoors, it has to be sealed tight.
Right. But to be safe indoors, especially in commercial spaces, you have to meet really strict fire codes. And those two goals usually fight each other.
Because the heavy rubbers and plastics for weatherproofing are usually highly flammable.
Precisely. But this unit has an IP66 rating.
Okay, let's decode that for a second. The first 6 means it's totally dust tight, right?
Yep. And the second 6 means it can withstand powerful water jets.
So if you're a restaurant owner and you're power washing the patio, you don't even need to cover these up.
You can just hit it with a hose. But here's the twist. It is also UL 1480A compliant.
Meaning the cabinet is made from VDRO flame retardant material.
Right. It meets the standards for fire protective signaling systems indoors.
Which effectively means it won't add fuel to a fire.
Exactly. So for an installer, this removes a huge logistical headache. You don't need patio speakers and dining room speakers.
You just buy 50 of the same unit, and they satisfy the inspector inside and the weather outside.
It's all about mixed installation.
Okay, so it's tough and it's safe, but let's unpack the actual sound. It's a white box on a wall. Is it going to deliver real fidelity or just background noise?
It is surprisingly capable under the hood.
Huh.
You've got an 8-inch polypropylene woofer with a rubber surround for the lows.
And a 1-inch soft dome tweeter for the highs.
Yeah. But the really cool technical highlight is in the tweeter. It uses ferrofluid cooling.
Ferrofluid. I see that term a lot in high-end gear, and it always sounds like marketing jargon or, I don't know, sci-fi. What is it actually doing?
It's literally magnetic liquid engineering. Think about a speaker coil moving thousands of times a second. It generates friction.
And a lot of heat.
Right. Heat makes the metal expand, resistance changes, and the sound distorts. We call that power compression.
So basically, the louder you play it, the worse it sounds.
Exactly. But the ferrofluid sits right in the magnetic gap. It transfers heat away from the coil much faster than air can.
Oh, wow. So it keeps the coil cool and physically dampens unwanted resonance.
That's the payoff. It maintains clean sound even when you push it hard.
So at a crowded bar on a Friday night, you can crank these up and the high end doesn't get screechy.
Exactly. Clean audio at 30 watts continuous, 45 peak.
Now, looking at the back of the unit, there's a dial. It switches between standard 8 ohms and then 70 volt or 100 volt high impedance setups. Why not just plug it in like a home stereo?
That is crucial for commercial scale. If you hook up 20 speakers in an 8 ohm setup, the electrical resistance drops too low and you blow your amp.
Okay, so how does the 70 volt setting fix that?
It works kind of like the power lines on your street. It steps up the voltage to push the signal over really long distances.
Over long daisy chains of speakers.
Right, without losing power. This Kramer has a built-in transformer with taps. You can set one speaker to draw 3.8 watts for a quiet hallway.
And the very next one to draw 30 watts for a loud lobby.
It gives you total versatility. Plus, the 116-degree conical dispersion angle means the sound covers a massive area.
Meaning you need fewer speakers overall. That saves money. I also noticed the toolless bracket screws.
Yeah, not a gimmick at all. If you are on a ladder 12 feet up, you can adjust the tilt by hand.
And the subtle branding is nice too. The logo on the aluminum grill is completely removable.
High-end venues love that.
Oh.
For about $217 discounted, it's pro-grade kit that hides its utility.
So to recap, the Kramer AW-8P-W is a versatile workhorse. It survives the elements, respects safety codes, and keeps the audio clean.
It really bridges that gap.
Before we wrap up, here is a final thought for you. We just talked about how this hardware handles heat and rain, but think about the physics of where it plays.
The environment completely changes the sound.
Drastically. If a speaker is tuned to sound great in a carpeted room, how does that exact same engineering hold up in an open outdoor field where the bass has no walls to bounce off of?
It's an entirely different acoustic reality.
It is. The hardware stays the same, but the world around it dictates the performance. Something to mull over next time you walk from a quiet shop out onto a noisy street. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.